People who actually like their jobs, what do you do? Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the Vancher channel. Also, please share your thoughts on this video in the comments. Let's get started. Story 1. I'm an environmental geologist. I like uncovering the history of a property, and working outdoors is enjoyable when the weather is nice. I don't love every aspect. Of course, paperwork can be tedious. Often the weather is bad, and telling clients bad news is intimidating, but it's satisfying when the pieces of a problem fall together. Answer: I do the same thing. I do want to caution that this job, depending on where you are located, does not always put you in the great outdoors. A lot of it can be industrial sites, and inner city has stations. I knew this going in, but as a petite female, I've been put in a lot of unsafe situations while out in the field. And yes, you don't go into it for the money. You don't need a master's. It's the same as a year or two of experience. People can message me if you have more specific questions. I'm open to being very transparent about the pros and cons of the industry. Story 2. I am a loader for a distribution warehouse as my 40-hour job. I like it, but I keep it for the money and health insurance. But my second job, I am the regional director for a non-for-profit that helps guys with transitional housing when they get out of prison. We also help homeless guys on occasion and people who just need a hand up. That is my real passion. Answer: I lived in a house like this while sobering up. I was one of the only dudes there not on paper. I just wanted to say that even though it's thankless work, you do make a difference to those that are wanting a change. I made it out. I've been sober for 3.5 years and have a beautiful little family. Cheers to you and all you do for the fellas. Edit: not on paper. Story 3. Receptionist at a very small company where I also fill in when other departments are shorthanded. Everyone is nice, with very few exceptions, and no one cares if I have an AirPod in and Netflix playing as long as shoot gets done. Story 4. I work at a museum and do data cleanup for our collections database, and I'm also getting us ready for a digital assets management system. So I do a lot of tedious cleaning in our database, correcting typos, deleting erroneous information, fact-checking, etc. And eventually I'll split my time between that and cleaning up actual files, checking metadata, running checksums, deleting duplicates, etc. It sounds boring and kind of is, but if you're the kind of meticulous type A person who loves organizing and making things tidy, and you also like falling down research rabbit holes, it can be entertaining and pretty satisfying. Not a lot of museums have a dedicated typo corrector on staff, so my job is pretty unheard of. But people who work in museums that hear what I do are always so amazed that my institution has someone like me fixing everything, albeit slowly, and there's a lot of errors. It's pretty universal that museums all have messy jerk data and no one with time to fix anything. Story 5. I'm a flight attendant. Absolutely love my job. Thinking about going to flight school to be a pilot though, but nothing beats getting paid to travel the world. Story 6. I'm an accountant. Grew up as the artsy type that everyone thought would be a traveling musician or music teacher. I thought I disliked math and that I was bad at it growing up. Turns out I had untreated ADHD. I took a job as a teller in my early 20s and realized I really love balancing things. Got my degree, and now I enjoy a job where every day I'm problem solving and investigating. Everything is a puzzle, and I love it. Accounting is way more than numbers and balancing. I'm so happy in my job. I work in industry. I did not like public accounting. Answer: hey dude, I know you posted this hours ago, but I just wanted to say we are very similar in this way. I have a communications undergrad degree because I had no idea what to do. Just knew I liked talking. Now I'm a data scientist for a Big 10 university and successfully treating my ADHD. Total mind fudge how things change. I dealt with a lot of hard feelings about missing out on what I could have been if I had found out about ADHD and treated it earlier. My therapist helped me realize that I'm right where I need to be, and the experiences I gathered along the way are just as valuable. Story 7. I was a phlebotomist at a blood bank. People came in to donate blood voluntarily, so I never had to hold any nervous kid down to take their blood. And you're literally saving lives. Story 8. For the railroad as a signalman, I work at a small station, so I'm alone all shift, can browse Reddit, don't need to deal with office drama. And if no train is on my section of the line, I can watch Netflix. Story 9. Library clerk basically means I'm at the front desk all day, every day, answering every question under the sun, watching how the joy lights up a person's face when I unite them with a book they want to read, helping people in dark times, and being around a bunch of other people who do the same thing and love it too. Story 10. Make wood for a construction site, only have to work roughly 16 days a month, and make more than I ever did as an electrician and without any of the stress. 4 on, 4 off swings should really be the norm for work-life balance, and I'm unsure if I'll ever be able to go back to working Monday to Friday. Story 11. I work on highways, like building bridges, making barriers, pouring cement for the road itself, etc. I honestly couldn't imagine myself staying in a job where I sit in front of a computer just typing away, because that just bores me. I already went to school and didn't enjoy that kind of stuff at all. Story 12. I'm a dog groomer. Yeah, I get bit, scratched, pooped on, peed on, thrown up on, soaked with water, covered in dog hair that gets inside my skin, eyes, nose, and mouth. But I get to make puppies pretty, and all dogs are puppies. The only times I've cried during my job was cause a request dog died, or the dog was fighting me so much because it was in pain from skin-tight mats. It's hard to see that kind of neglect and abuse from man's best friend. Story 13. Believe it or not, I am answering this question and I'm an accountant. I have always loved spreadsheets, and now I get to play with them all day. I love making things make sense. So when a purchase order matches with an invoice and I can file the receipt and remittance all squared away, it makes me happy. But my true passion is helping people. I am an accounts payable at a disability support provider. I don't speak to clients anymore, but I know that every invoice I pay, every service that is paid for accurately, is something that has helped someone live a better life. Someone on here once said I'm helping the world one spreadsheet at a time, and I love that. Along with my spouse and my cats, I am living my dream. Story 14. I recently started working as a late-night laboratory technician, mixing chemicals and crunching numbers. I get paid to make liquid change colors and watch Hulu. Story 15. Not current, but I used to be a camp counselor each summer. Did it for several years, ran around playing sports, swimming, watching Pixar movies, and eating snacks with a bunch of goofy kids. Half my coworkers were hot college girls. The pay was basically nothing, but at the time I was an assistant teacher at a public school, so terrible pay was all I knew. It was the happiest place I've ever been to, and I miss it daily. Answer, my BFF went to summer camp every year, joined the Marines after high school, and settled a couple states away from the camp when he was stationed stateside. They asked him to come back to the camp as a director. He does it unpaid and walks onto the campus looking like a Greek god. They treat him like a celebrity after having practically grown up there. It's all he can talk about for weeks, before and after. I love how much he loves it. Story 16. Custodian. There's something nice about cleaning an almost empty school, listening to podcasts or music. Plus, we occasionally get free pizza from events. Answer. I feel like almost nobody can fully appreciate what custodians at schools truly do. They might work days, but they might also be scheduled to show up when PPL are gone. Late at night, they don't get snow days in the same way as other PPL. They may work alone, maybe they like it, but maybe they don't. They do these essential but largely overlooked jobs. They are nearly never considered as part of the school's family, but the staff and students would be in a big pickle if nobody was there doing the custodial job. Thank you. Story 17. Helping adults obtain their high school equivalency and learn computer customer service skills. It's very rewarding helping those students who didn't finish high school because of personal family matters or undiagnosed learning disabilities. On the other end of the spectrum, it is very humbling teaching students more educated than me, e.g. graduate degrees from their home country. Story 18. I'm not a huge fan of the pay, but I work for a nonprofit organization that houses women straight out of incarceration for 6-12 months, helping them get back on their feet, building a relationship with them, joking with them, watching them grow is the most fulfilling thing I have ever done. I love my job so much. Story 19. A friend and I opened up a roller skate shop. Edit, by request of a fellow Redditor, our website, which currently has nothing on it yet, but we do have our classes and events on it. Also, thanks for telling me to share. I don't think of it, because I'm still figuring this life out. Ig Death Drop Skates, FB, Passing Drop Roller Skate Shop. We are located in Las Vegas, NV, Latina, and women-owned. Story 20. I'm a high school English teacher, and I love what I do. I love literature and poetry. Being able to share my love of that with students is amazing. When I can make a student like Shakespeare, I feel like I've won the lottery. As well, I love getting to know my students. I love being able to learn about their interests, their passions, and what excites them. I have a small group of boys who like to hang out in my classroom before school. They tell me about their hobbies, cars, video games, hunting, tell me jokes, and just act like themselves. I wouldn't trade that for anything. It's my favorite time of day. Story 21. HR temp. People write in and ask me about their benefits or about stressful situations they're in, and I write back and answer their questions, connect them to someone who can help guide them through their stuff. I genuinely feel helpful, and I like that. Story 22. I absolutely love every day I work as an EMT. A majority of the people you work with are inspired and driven to make the worst day in someone's life better. It's active enough to keep you from feeling stagnant. You get to sleep or generally just mess around with your crewmates when you don't have any calls or duties. You get plenty of fresh air and get to do a ton of cool shoot, ride helicopters, drive an ambulance, meet celebrities in many cases, etc. My crewmates feel like a second family, and we make our station a second home with BBQs, potlucks, celebrations, playing video games during downtime, competitions, you name it. It's a beautiful job if you can look past the abysmal pay, considering the things you're expected to do. Story 23. Emergency medical technician. I have good days and bad days. Management, hospital staff, patients, and coworkers can be jerks sometimes. The pay is jerk too, but the job itself, it's pretty sweet. Working feels like a road trip. No day is ever the same. Beats being stuck in a cubicle or having to please customers. Story 24. Preschool teacher's assistant. It's physically demanding and mentally draining some days, but 95 of the time, it's beautiful and rewarding. I don't think there's such a thing as a perfect job where you can be happy 100 of the time, so I really think this is about as close to perfect as it can realistically get. Story 25. Entertainment lawyer, specifically production legal for scripted and unscripted programs. Never a dull moment. Story 26. Medical device engineer. I work in research and development, mostly on finalizing designs for new products coming to market. I don't touch manufacturing because that's stressful. I mean, RD can be stressful too, but mostly it's not. Projects take a while, but medical engineers are a tad more social and fun than the traditional engineers I knew when I worked designing test frames for circuit breakers. Thing is, it requires an engineering degree, and those are hard to get. Story 27. I work as the head chess coach for an esports educational company. I develop educational material, professional-grade educational videos, and provide live coaching for middle high schoolers. It doesn't even feel like I'm working. Story 28. I am an IT professional for a school district. While I love what I do, it's mainly the people I work with that make me love it so much. Excellent work atmosphere and culture that makes you want to show up for work. Story 29. I texture characters in animated movies. I textured Squidward, Gary, and SpongeBob in the latest movie, Rocky and Rubble in Paw Patrol, the movie, etc. The pay is good too. Story 30. I'm a programmer embedded on a specialized clinical data research group, and it's pretty ideal. Everything everybody uses is something I personally made. It's just comfy and secure. Pays plenty enough, could totally be making more, but at this point I'm kind of why bother. Story 31. I'm a freelance graphic designer. I get enough work to be able to pay my bills and live reasonably comfortably, and I don't have to work that many hours a week, which is the biggest plus. So I have tons of time to hang out with my cats and work on music and play video games. Story 32. Business consulting. Love to hear problems and then magically pull out solutions from the hat. Laptop. I'll typically encounter two types of problems. One, problems that I've heard before, and there's a ready template solution for the client. I would not waste their time or mine. Won't bill a ton. Just tell them what they are doing wrong and the fix. Two, problems that I've not heard before. I love these problem statements. Would sit with client, brainstorm, come up with solution, implement, and see results. Iterate for best results. Story 33. Mechanical engineering and research and development. I'm one of the rare engineers who actually gets to see parts from the cradle to the grave. I take parts from concept, 3D model them, perform all kinds of dimensional and stress analysis for them and their assemblies, create drawings, get bids for their manufacture, oversee the contract to get them made, get them in and verify they meet our specifications, test them, get them to the field, and monitor and update their designs based on their performance. I've done all parts of that process at one time or another for different projects. I made it a point to make lateral moves to be really well-rounded. So even if I'm not indispensable, I always provide something, which lets me push to do the parts of the process I enjoy most, while mentoring or contributing guidance to others doing the parts I don't, while not having to do them myself. Story 34. Call center rep for an HVAC company. Relatively stress-free, no real thinking required. Just answer phone, fill out ticket, shuffle them to the right line. I can't get over how stressful the past few other jobs have been. This is great during the pandemic. Pay is not good, but whatever. We'll have to move on soon, but I really don't want to. I wish money was not an issue. I'd be happy doing this for the rest of my life. Story 35. Retail sales. I work 6 hours a day, have a 5-minute commute, always in air conditioning, never sweaty or tired at the end of the day, spending most of my day chit-chatting with customers and coworkers. That gets written off as customer engagement, while doing little menial upkeep tasks on the side. I could do a lot better for myself, at least double what I'm being paid now, but this job is so easy, casual, and has a lot of friendly faces. It's so nice. I'm afraid going somewhere else will mean working with hard-nosed assholes chasing a buck. I've worked these places before. I am an introvert, but I consider this my social skills training gig too. Story 36. I got interested in computers way back in the 70s. During my first engineering job, I proposed changes to the code for some in-house factory modeling software, and those changes got accepted. I bought the IBM PC when it first came out with not only one, but two 8-post floppy disk drives. Then I researched computer languages and decided to learn C. Hey, if it was good enough for Bell Labs, it was good enough for me. Started doing freelance programming in tech and construction and writing my own stuff on the side. Ended up writing and endlessly improving software for my own company that is now used by half of the top construction companies in the world. Just sold the company and retired. And all because I thought coding was pretty cool and interesting. BT Babu, I had an engineering degree, never studied programming, no computer science classes, all self-taught. If I could do it, you can too. Answer: if I could do it, you can too. Don't take this as a put down. If anything, you're underselling your achievements. But I highly doubt anybody could do this in the modern age unless they were extremely lucky or very well versed in both technology and sociology. You were at the start of a huge emergent technology, took the time to teach yourself it, and got in before most people could. The equivalent would be somebody in the modern age taking an interest in VR technology, teaching themselves how to create VR programs or a headset, or even generally how to work with the tech, and ending up as a head engineer or designer at Valve or Facebook for their VR development departments. Story 37. I am an 8th grade history teacher. I have been out with COVID for the last week and for another 5 days. I am irritated because I can't be there with my students. I am vaxxed and boosted and still caught the little fudge. Luckily, it was fairly mild. Story 38. I'm a supervisor at one of the world-leading auction houses. I get to work with all sorts of amazing antiques and paintings and hobnob with the one. Story 39. Engineer. Interestingly enough, I just changed companies, and just the simple culture change has made me go from hating my job to enjoying it. I actually took a small pay cut, but letting go of the golden handcuffs was incredibly freeing. Anyone in this thread that is contemplating a similar move, the potential life enjoyment and mental health improvement is worth it several times over. Story 40. School social worker. No 2 days are the same. I get to work with kids in a school setting without the stress that comes with teaching. Sure, you have to deal with the rough stories situations, but at the end of the day, it's great when you are able to make a difference. Having guaranteed holidays and summers off doesn't hurt either. Story 41. I resell clothes. I buy out estate sales of all their clothes, shoes, and accessories. I then sell those online. I love fashion, but fast fashion is eliminate the planet. I don't express myself through fashion as much now that I'm older, but I just love it. I love the estate sale companies I work with. They all know me and give me great deals. They refer me to people, and it's just very positive. Most of my job is data entry and copywriting that can be boring, but I set my own hours, and I am proud of what I do. Within the next month, I will be hiring an employee, and that feels really good to say. Story 42. I'm a graphic designer at a screen printing company. I graduated from art college back in 2016 and was struggling to find a good fit until this last year. I finally found a place where I feel appreciated and my skills are being recognized. I'm the happiest I've ever been at any job, ever. Story 43. I'm a business process engineer. I figure out how to make business processes more efficient. I specialize in the insurance and financial industries. I work as a consultant, so I can have several clients at once. If I can keep up, I have little competition. Story 44. I've been working in a special education for 20 years now, and I love the chaos and challenges. My job is never boring, keeps me very active, and I always have a great story about my high school students. It makes me appreciate the little things and to not take other things for granted. Story 45. I'm a laser and a lighting designer for concerts. I get to put on the Anita show that complements the music. It's 13 of why you go to concerts besides that incredible sound systems and the music itself. Story 46. I'm an author. and I absolutely love it. It's tough, difficult work that requires a massive amount of perseverance and patience. But when the moment hits and you see another book on the shelves, it's fantastic. I've published a number of books. The most recent, a fantastic little YA fantasy paperback about a dragon who sets out to earn her hoard by founding a bank. It's been wonderful to see copies of that selling on shelves as far away as Germany and Brazil, winging away around the world. Story 47. Drive a semi-interstate. Started about 6 years ago. Midlife crisis, as my SO always says. Always thought I would like it, but in fact I love it. It's about 80 fun. Story 48. Delivery driver for a contractor for FedEx. Very peaceful job, for the most part. Nice rural route with a bunch of miles, but nice towns to deliver to. Only bad thing is a couple stops with aggressive dogs, but no ill will towards them. They just protecting their property. Story 49. Fly planes. I don't know why more people don't want to be pilots. It's the coolest thing I can think of. Story 50. I teach at a law school. The job has its ups and downs, but I love interacting with my students, and I love the fact that it kind of forces me to keep learning new things. Additionally, I get to run the legal aid center of the law school, so I get to actively give back to the community. Story 51. 24 am. I'm a truck driver, have been since I was 21. I own my own trucking business. The freedom is great, and the money is even better. I was actually one of the first truckers to haul the vaccine in the U.S. Story 52. Sushi chef, 18 years and going, been doing it long enough to see little kids become adults and start bringing their own family. Story 53. I was a waitress for 30 some odd years. Actually did almost every aspect of working in restaurants. I loved my job, flexibility when I had kids, meet people who became good friends, worked at a sports bar for 0 years, met some really nice people. One of them was a mechanic, helped me when car broke down as I was a single mom. Every Christmas, this one guy would buy me the perfume I wore, Estee Lauder, white linen, cause he L90 the way it smelled too. Sure pay was lousy. Had to make good tips to make up for that. No bennies, but my kid's father took care of that for them. I just enjoyed myself. So much has changed in that business today, I would not do it, as many places are corporate. I worked mostly for small owner places. Much better, and the ties I made were great. Sorry, rambled on. Story 54. I do crash test safety for Toyota. I genuinely never thought I would enjoy a job, and then I found this place. It ticks all the boxes for things that I like, and really has developed skills that I've always been interested in. In a super general sense, an engineer will present a current issue they're having by work order, and I essentially have to figure out how to replicate and standardize the issue in order for them to make a countermeasure part. It's difficult to give an exact example due to NDA, but say you had a part of the vehicle that, when impacted, pushes another part into a space that creates danger for the occupants. Pretty much everything is on the table for how to go about replicating the issue. It is not uncommon for me to take a week to mock up a fixture, test fit parts, impact them, make changes, retest, get approval, and then we can actually start testing. There's probably a dozen or more different types of impactors in our lab, and we've even had to modify the impactors to accommodate the testing we need. I've had to learn how to weld, fabricate, record data, use accelerometers, deploy airbags, and use extremely fast cameras. Not uncommon to have 4 or 5 angles of video all shooting at 5K FPS. All the while, I'm doing what I love, working with cars. I always am in the crash safety lab, but my assignment can change daily, weekly, or monthly. Sometimes I'll mock a quick fixture up, standardize the impact event they're looking for, wait a day, test their countermeasure, and then we're good. Sometimes I get to position various size dummies inside a vehicle and deploy airbags hoping to injure it for weeks on end. Sometimes I set up seats inside a vehicle and use a pull machine to hook to every seat leg and pull on them until they literally explode out of the car. I just turned 25 this year. I've been working here for about 1.5 years now, and I've loved every single day. Within my first week here, I told my boss I want to retire here, and I still believe that. I might not be a millionaire when I retire, but I will have enjoyed it the entire way through. I learn something new every day. I get to use my hands. I rarely get as filthy as I did at my oil change job, and my job doesn't even just feel like it matters. It's literally the backbone of the vehicle. Not every car has to be fast or cool looking, but every car needs to be safe. For anyone who feels hopeless in their job search, it can all change overnight. I was a lube tech before this. I was in a terrible place mentally because it was right at the beginning of the pandemic. I am very stubborn about finding another job, and I normally don't just apply for anything off a whim, but I followed my gut when I saw the opportunity. Absolutely changed my life life, and I will forever be in debt to the friend who extended the opportunity to me. X200B, edit. I'm sorry for the wall, but I fudge love my job. Story 55. I pick up deceased pets as a vet tech driver for a pet cremation service. Okay, I know what you're thinking, but it really is a great job because I essentially am paid to be on call 12 hours a day, but oftentimes I only actively work 8 of those hours. Rarely I work more than 9 hours, and when I do, I make a lot more money because we get bonuses based on the distance we drive. There are, of course, downsides. Displeasing smells, leaking corpses, and occasional gore are the obvious ones. Helping grieving families is occasionally tough, but it feels good to help people who are very much in need of help through a tough life moment. Story 56. Forensic chemist. Spend my days in the lab, but we don't always have samples to analyze, so there's a lot of chatting with coworkers and other things to spend the time. Story 57. I'm a therapist, clinical social worker, working mostly with the LGBTQ community. It can be soul-destroying at times, but it is also incredibly meaningful to be part of other people's life, journey, and their efforts to better understand themselves and the world. Story 58, senior analyst. The actual work itself is kind of boring. With shame and almost on there with like much present, and I don't give a shoot about any of the products we sell, as that really is boring. Most use it and its variants in the office every day. That's all I'll say. What I do like is the behind-the-curtain understandings I get from departments. Manufacturing to logistics to sales to finance. I have my finger in various pies of information, and it's kind of fascinating to see product get made in China, shipped, arrive in the Netherlands, get unloaded and direct shipped to the reseller or to a warehouse in South Netherlands, monitor the sales out, see the deferral calculations and accruals and contra rates in buyback provisions, etc. What I love, though, is how, little work I actually do for my pay. Hand on heart, no word of a lie, I get paid almost twice the UK average wage to do, on average, I'd say maybe 2 or 3 hours work a day. That means some days I send maybe 4 emails in a day. Some days I'm working 9 or 10 hours and not shutting down until 7 p.m. WFH. Average though, yeah, maybe 2 or 3 hours. I get paid a very, very comfortable wage, and my biggest love is the very low level of stress. I know people earning 10K less than me working their jerk off every day. And here's me, earning more, sitting playing video games and catching up on TV shows on one monitor, nudging the mouse on my other monitor now and again to show I'm still online. Sure, there's daily tasks I do, reports I run and send out to top-level management, and I do have 3 or 4 days of stressful work at the start of each month where I work with finance to close the month. But apart from that, I should be fired if they found out how much I actually work. How do I do it? Simple. I spent 3 years prior to COVID coming in on time every day, without fail. I'd be the first or second one in every fudge day. Only ever beaten by my boss, often by only minutes. He saw me and spoke to me every morning for years. He used me as an example numerous times when talking to others for being late. If he can be in on time every day, why can't you? As a result, my boss sees me as a hard worker. Joke's on him. Just because someone is in the office doesn't mean they are working. Story 59. Work at a TV station, satellite feeds, file transfers, quality control, getting stuff ready for air, all that kind of stuff. Story 60. Network engineer. Been working from home for 1.5 years. Always on call, but otherwise work when needed and for ongoing projects. Missed the structure of a normal job, but after spending a couple days back in the office earlier this month, I realized I don't miss that life at all. Story 61. I do warehousing, inventory management, shipping, and general bookkeeping for a small retail website. I don't deal with the customers and I'm left alone to do my job. I'm paid a % of profit, so my pay matches my workload. Except being prompt with 2-3 order to ship, delivery to the post office, and I need my packages ready for UPS pickup, I can work my own hours. No shipping on weekends. The product is very good, so I feel good providing it. Best job ever. Story 62. I'm a senior data analyst for a women's fashion brand. I get to work with a bunch of cool data science and machine learning technology. They also let me be as involved in the data engineering process as I want, which is a plus because this is something I'm interested in. Beyond that, it's remote, incredibly low stress, and easy hours. I get to pick how I approach projects, pays quite well, and I work with nice people. I really don't have anything bad to say about it. Story 63. I bartend at the local microbrewery in a small town. a block away from my house. 4 shifts a week, 6 hours a day. It's just me and the customers, no coworkers to deal with. Unless there's a band playing, I get to pick the music. Everyone is friendly, no one ever gets rude or rowdy. They bring me pizza all the time, and we play board games. From behind the counter, I have beautiful view of the Columbia River. I barely have to clean or count money, it's so easy, and I always make at least $200 a day. Every day I work, I get a free beer. Our beers are amazing. I have the best job in the world. Story 64. I'm a home health caregiver. I love my job. It is sad to have my clients decline, pass away, but I'm so very grateful to be there in their final years. I basically live with this family 12 my life. My charge is like my own grandma, and I will be crushed when she does. But in the meantime, we're having a blast. I love her, and she loves me. Story 65. I am a personal trainer and loving it. Currently working on the online side of it. Anyone needs a trainer, hit me up. I like the fact that I am helping people. Health is important, and a lot of people just don't know where to start, which makes a lot just not bother. The funnest job I have ever had. Story 66. Chip runner. I just deliver chips to gamblers at tables. For what the job entails, I make good money with the tips, and our managers mostly leave us alone as long as we're doing a passable job. Story 67. I'm an iron worker. I've erected buildings, bridges, and a few windmills, but my favorite job was mechanical outfitting for oil rigs. The kids make fun of me, but I love driving through the city, pointing out the buildings I helped build. Story 68. I am a cameraman. I love my job because there's always something new to work on. Also, you look badass with a camera. Story 69. I'm a cleaner. I like to clean others' things. I find it satisfying. Just not my own things for some reason. Story 70. I work at a hydroponic shop with my father-in-law. It's a lot of fun, and I get to hang around, talk to interesting people, lug dirt around, and get stoned. Story 71. Computer programmer. Love doing it. Retired now, but was quite fortunate to be good at something that I loved and paid well. Story 72. I'm an industrial designer or product designer. I mostly spend my days sketching and coming up with new ideas, but seeing an idea slowly turn into reality has to be one of the most satisfying experiences for me. And as a bonus, I get to play with some fun toys like VR headsets and 3D printers. I love it. Story 73. I'm a creative director for YouTube ads, but direct response, not branding ads. Main benefits are obviously the money, but also, as everything I do is about quantifiable results, have total autonomy of my time and, for the most part, how I do everything. Although I have to deal with some stupid offers and make some very annoying ads, I really like that I know very quickly and without doubt if I did a good job or not. If I sold the thing for under the target cost, I did it right. There's no opinions or politics, just did it sell or not. At this stage in my career, I'm also at a lovely point where if I want to write something myself, I can. If I want to do the edit, I can. But I don't need to. There's a team to do everything, and I can help train people and learn from them too. It's fun, but I definitely understand the ad dislike. There's way too much of it. Story 74. I'm a speech and language therapist. I love the balance of medical and education, as well as the functional focus on helping my patients live their best lives. I work with a caseload that includes developmental language disorder, facial cranial nerve disorder, degenerative conditions, Down syndrome, hearing loss, developmental verbal dyspraxia, autism, 22 deletion syndrome, and on and on and on. My caseload is dynamic and diverse. I love supporting schools to help children with speech and language needs make progress, even to the point that I adore writing reports and programs. Story 75. Really sad I don't see any other doctors on here. It is the best job in the world, even with all the nonsense I have to put up with. I love it, and even if I won the lottery, I would still do it every day. Maybe a little less to enjoy some time off, but not much. Story 76. Law enforcement officer. I get to take care of people in my community. I love taking on the challenge of changing the perception of the profession by treating people with dignity and focusing on protecting and serving. Story 77. Well, I'm retired now, but I used to write and produce music for ads and video games. I loved it. An endless challenge, and I got to work with so many really cool people. Story 78. Senior Info Security Engineer. I design and oversee the deployment of info security systems for our customers. Story 79. I take care of animals, mostly aquatic animals. My job can sometimes be stressful, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. Story 80. Customer service for a major car rental company. I work from home, get paid well, and really enjoy the work I do. Story 81. Executive chef. It's hot, stressful, and demanding 12-hour days. But I wear pajamas to work, eat well, and play with knives. Plus, we're all a bit crazy. Story 82. Scientist and farmer. I work part-time-ish at both. The scientist part is a lot of desk work, and the farming part is a lot of operating machinery and being outside. Such a nice balance and both very rewarding. Story 83. Environmental Compliance Manager. I have an aptitude for it. It is interesting. It isn't always the same. I like my company. I like my coworkers. Story 84. Real Estate Asset Manager for Pension Funds, Endowment Funds. I happen to love what I do. I'm good at it. I have an instinct for the markets, and I like that I'm securing people's future. But I've worked with a lot of assholes who are in it for themselves. I once had one guy in a meeting tell my boss, "Don't worry, no one is going to jail on this deal." I left that company pretty quickly. Story 85. Temp catering and on-call hotel banquet server. I only pick up or set my availability to days I am available. I get free food, and since all the event is paid for, guests are happy. The event has a schedule, so I know when to drop food and stand back and enjoy. I will do these gigs till I am 90 or drop dead. My used-to-be fun job was backstage security, but with COVID, things changed. That was always interesting to see artist-musician and what they are like behind closed stage. My least favorite job right now is a union on-call job where old people complain and then want me to hang out with them. Never going to happen. I avoid toxic environment and have set my availability, so rarely will I get scheduled, and at nighttime if I do so that it is quiet. These people tend to throw each other under the bus if they could. It makes realize some people are just miserable. I can work there till 90s. My coworker with the most hours is 90. My goal is quit that job once I get more hours again in catering banquet, or when my business take off, or when I am done with my custom broker license and starting importing and exporting for clients and myself. It actually drives me to work harder in my life and enjoy things outside of work. My so easy job is delivering food and packages that has a route. I listen podcast, sing, learn a new language, all while getting paid. I am probably smarter because of all the podcasts I listen to. Free education, and sometimes people are super grateful, which makes my day. Maybe do this until my eyesight gets bad. Story 86. 16-hour work at home phone rep, can't say what for, but it's normally pretty back-to-back calling. However, after a few weeks of working the talk and having stuff come up, my hours were changed and I literally take 2, 12 to maybe 3 hours at most, back-to-back. Calls on weekdays and all, most no calls on weekends. So I'm paid to sit in an office chair and look at Reddit or watch Friends and wait for a call that most likely won't come. Story 87. As a 40-year-old stay-at-home mom who can't work in her original field anymore, took time off for my son, and I'd need re-education to get back into chemistry. I decided to turn the garage into a wood shop and learn to make stuff. Started because I wanted to build furniture that I couldn't find for our house. Now it's a business. I also have pretty bad ADHD, so it's nice to be able to put down a project that I had an idea for, but am not interested in anymore, and move on to the next idea. I always circle back. Story 88, child welfare. I like having a job where I know I've helped the world be slightly less crappy at the end of the day. I always told myself I could never do a shoot office job because it's soulless, and I dislike my life regardless of anything. Last year, I was offered a shoot office job that paid well and was talked into doing it. At first, I was able to be like, fudge it, I'm getting paid. But 3 months in, I fudged dislike everything and everyone associated with it and had no joy left in my life. I'm very glad to be back into a field where I belong. The work is harder, it pays less, it's way less appreciated, and my odds of being punched at work are up lil 1,000, but god darn. It's so nice to actually do something that fucking matters with my time. Story 89. I'm a waiter at a high-end restaurant. It's definitely not for everyone, but I love it, and it's great money plus full benefits. Story 90. I am a butcher and have my own company. I make good money and can do pretty much whatever I want while at work. I like my job, I like selling, I like butchering, I like cooking. Just awesome. And I am carrying on a 200-year-old family business, which also makes me proud. Story 91. I have a weird job. It's one part IT, one part software engineer, one part forensic accounting, one part financial analyst, and one part systems architect. I wear a lot of hats and get involved in a wide variety of systems for my company. I get paid well with great benefits, have a huge amount of flexibility with my schedule, work from home exclusively, great relationships with my management, peers, and partners, and am excited about where my company is going on both the short and long term. It's basically a dream job. Story 92. Teacher for 18 years, and then my side hustle kept growing the past 5 years. Once the pandemic happened and the kids became very disrespectful when schools shut down, that was it for me. Now my company allows me to work from home. I have hired 2 full-time employees, and we almost did $1 million in sales last year. I work harder than ever, but it is my baby I grew from scratch. Story 93. I love my job. I dropped out of college for a blue-collar career, and now I'm the lead service technician at a 4MU HVAC company. I'm constantly engaged both physically and mentally. And I'm also getting more and more responsibility training other technicians, which I love even more than doing the work myself. It helps them making a eliminate for a 24-year-old in a small town. Story 94. Bartender at a seafood restaurant. I love my job, my boss, the owner, and most customers and coworkers. I make excellent money, but I work fewer than 40 hours per week, and I work 5 nights a week. I am a night owl, so it suits me perfectly. Story 95. I'm a coordinator at a community college. Pre-pandemic, I was the happiest I've ever been with any career job. Right now, it's challenging to be in education of any type. I keep telling myself it's temporary, but as we head into year 3, I'm not so sure. But in general, I love my career and field. Story 96. Engineer at an automotive company. I interact with a lot of great people and get to leave my job at work at the end of the day. Story 97. Director of Technology for Public Education. These last couple of years have been crazy, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love every second of what I do. Story 98. Firefighter. Love my job and look forward to it every single shift. COVID has been an amazing way of navigating burnout and stress. I've really learned a lot about myself and coworkers, as well as my community. Story 99. Dangerous Goods Safety Officer, Gefahrgutauftragter. I am responsible for a fair amount of businesses here in Switzerland, making sure they know what their responsibilities are, what they need to look out for, and that they even know what dangerous goods are. I also write and sign the documentation that is required to get those goods on an aircraft, cargo vessel, or on the back of a lorry. Sometimes I also go pack the stuff. It's pretty easy work, pays well, and much, much better than my last job. Story 100. I recently missed an opportunity to be able to answer this. I will keep applying to positions I would like to work, so hopefully one day I will be able to answer this. Story 101. I'm a barman. It's fudge great. Meet tons of new people and hear loads of stories. It's great brain training because you're multitasking a lot, and it's great experience to have because you can get a job with it almost everywhere. Story 102. Tree work. Make trees pretty and dismantle the ones that are about to fall on your house. We have enough equipment that it isn't super backbreaking, but I still don't have to go to a gym. Every tree is a puzzle to be solved, so I never get bored. August and January suck, but when the weather warms up or cools off, it's like a dream. Side note, for the love of God, people don't plant a tree that's going to be 80 feet tall within 20 feet of your house. It's going to destroy your foundation, and you're going to have to pay us thousands of dollars to remove it in its prime. Also, please clean up the dog poop if you know we're coming. Oh, and those plastic picket fences are expensive garbage. Pay a kid to paint your wood ones white if you want that look. Story 103. I work at the front desk of a YMCA. It's not for everyone, but I love it. I love talking to the old people coming in for a swim. I love helping families find the right summer camp or class for their kids. I love promoting our scholarship programs, and I love our mission. It's never boring, and I come home with funny stories every day. The pay is shoot, though. And because of this, I've left to try some other jobs, marketing, which is what my background is in, front desk at a healthcare clinic, but I always end up back at the front desk at the Y. Story 104. I write horror novels, self-help books, which brings in a little, run a small IT consulting company, which brings in a lot, make YouTube videos, hobby now, but could be another income source later, podcasting, see YouTube comment. Story 105. I write and edit how-to stuff for technology on a college campus. No one reads it, but I have fun writing it. Story 106. Venue bartender. I make enough money to live happily while getting to see a lot of shows that I would otherwise pay to see, and some I would have never seen, but have been pleasantly surprised by. Also, I get to be as social or non-social with patrons as I want to be. It's an easy living and I have a lot of fun. Story 107. I get paid to hang out in the woods, drink beer with great people, and play with chainsaws. Not in that order. Story 108. For over 40 years, I was a piano bar player, saloon singer. It allowed me to live a terrific life, see a good part of the world, making a lot of friends along the way. Just when it started to get a little stale for me, someone took the time to stop me after a good night of entertaining and said, "Do you have any idea how much joy you give people?" That made me realize that it wasn't just work, it was my joy. It gave me joy. I am retired now. But I have some great memories. How lucky was I? Story 109. I'm an aerospace and defense recruiter. Only position I could have gotten and made $100K 2 years out of college. Story 110. Doesn't fudge matter what I do. Said I enjoy my job as a customer assistant in McDonald's and got downvoted for it. Sorry, some of you don't seem to think that some people can actually enjoy getting appreciation in a job helping customers. Story 111. Property management. Nice laid-back job that really makes the 9-to-5 grind tolerable. Also helps, I get tons of PTO from the company, so I never get burnt out, and I'm currently, which is my dream. Story 112. I work in a casino. I watch people play games. That's a lie. I watch TV and pretend to watch people play games. I wear a suit and try to look important in order to deter people from stealing stuff, while enthusiastically rooting for them to win money. Story 113. Linux sysadmin in the federal government. Great work, life balance, good pay, good benefits, interesting and challenging daily work. And I like my team and management. Story 114. Dog bather grooming apprentice for a natural pet store. My bosses are kind and knowledgeable, and my co-workers are all as hardworking as me. It's nice to see compassion in the workplace and pride in one's work. Story 115. Stable hand. Start around 5:30 a.m., done by 11 a.m., Monday to Saturday. No public holidays except Christmas Day, though, but it keeps me active and I have the rest of the day to do things. Story 116. I work as a supervisor at an off-price model company's distribution center. I really like what I do and the people I work with. I'm salary and I work 3 days, long days, a week, and get fairly compensated for days I occasionally get asked to work extra. It's not always perfect, but it affords me time with my kids. The biggest change I've noticed coming from a company where I worked 6-7 days a week is that I don't think of myself as a warehouse supervisor anymore. I'm a dad and a partner who likes gardening and cooking. Story 117. I drive residents of a mental institution to court hearings and outside doctors' appointments. These people are not guilty by reason of insanity or unfit to stand trial. I hear a lot of things. Story 118. Ramp agent at my city airport. We're contracted to Spirit Airlines, but don't work directly for them. This is the first job I'm looking forward to going back to. Fell and fractured my elbow on Thanksgiving Day out since then, between my flight crew and work environment. It's going to be frigid when I'm cleared to return, but I'm going to grin and bear it. Story 119. Radiologist. Work from home 7 days on, 14 days off. Can work for extra cash on my weeks off if I feel like it. See lots of interesting pathology every day and provide a vital service. College, med school, and residency were a ton of work getting to this point, but darn life is so easy now. Story 120. Software developer consultant. I go to companies and write software that solves problems. It's like an endless string of puzzles that people pay me to solve for them. Story 121. I help countries to write and amend constitutions. There's a popular uprising, the dictator falls, the civil war ends, the country becomes independent. The old institutions just are not working right anymore, and they call me to help them understand how to fix their constitution. Sometimes I work directly in support of governments or legislators, sometimes indirectly with political parties, civil society, etc. Sometimes it's about providing actual technical assistance, drafting a constitution, providing constructive feedback on a draft amendment bill. Other times it's more about civic education capacity building. It feels like fun, interesting, and useful work, especially at a time when the health of democracy hangs in the balance in so many places. I also get to travel a lot. This has ups and downs. I enjoy short trips of up to a few weeks, but at the moment I'm on a 2-year contract in Africa, which means I have to uproot the whole family. It makes a stable family life difficult. But fortunately, the pay is good enough to be able to live the expat lifestyle, private international school, etc. Story 122. Test the nuclear power plants in U.S. subs as they get built. That guy from the Chernobyl series who basically caused Chernobyl, Svetkov. That's me. Story 123. I work in management and supply chain for a mod-sized oil company, and I love what I do. I really do. I get that my job will sound boring to most, but I get to negotiate, so fun, and my effort is in demand around the company. I also need to be a good manager, and I need a detail orientation. I'm not a lawyer and don't care to be, but that gives you a sense of the type or protestation required for reviewing contracts. I also need some technical understanding. My job puts me in daily and weekly contact with people around the globe. My job has taken me to 12 countries, and I've lived in 4. While people are hard on oil companies, I'm proud of the work we do and find that we take extreme care of environmental concerns like leaks and such, as we should. I didn't always like my job this much, but now I feel I have more of a seat at the table. My voice matters, and that is fun. I wish the pay were better, but it's good enough. Story 124. I've been working as a receptionist manager in a small farmhouse for the last 4 to 5 years. It's only me, the cleaning lady, and the swimming pool guy. Owners barely show up, only when I call them. Hello. I work full-time from April to October, and almost nothing from November to March. It's a lot of work when I'm full-time, long hours, but I can manage because then I know I'll have a lot of time to rest in the winter. So that's why I decided to go back to university. Story 125. Automotive technician, paid hourly, not flat rate. Dislike flat rate, giant scam to allow dealerships' business owners to commit wage theft and exemplify the scummiest of technicians. Story 126. I am an outdoor educator. In the school year, I work with student groups of all grade levels, including uni, and teach them how to have fun and safe adventures outdoors. Sometimes it's a medium of teaching specific lessons, like watersheds or ecological systems, and other times it's just about making sure everyone is having fun and working together outdoors. What it means for me is I get paid to take young people out into wilderness areas and have tons of fun with them. I get to ski, paddle, hike, climb, and do all sorts of wilderness living skills stuff. In the summer months, I manage a series of whitewater paddling programs for kids aged 7 to 16. I also instruct and guide whitewater canoeing for families and adults. I more or less have my dream job. I don't have my dream pay, but I no longer have to battle daily bouts of deep depression and anxiety doing work I dislike for a pay I didn't. Story 127. I lurk Reddit for 8 hours a day and also get some software development done when Reddit gets boring. Story 128. On set props in television and film. No, I can't get you a job, and no, I won't get you any props. Story 129. I create custom Lego builds, design sets, and whatever you want to call them. I get a commission and start building away. Only recently started, but it's so much fun and pays more than my actual job. For anyone willing to try something new, I highly recommend testing out stud.io. It's the best program for designing virtual Lego in my opinion. Story 130. I was a partner in a small CNC machine shop for 38 years. We made parts for medical equipment and other industries in Silicon Valley. I loved my job. Every day was different, from quoting research, buying materials and tools, running machines, shipping, receiving, office work, and janitorial. Yes, I even cleaned bathrooms. When I retired, I drove a small 20-passenger bus for special needs clients. We would pick them up in the morning, take them to work centers or learning care facilities, then take them back home in the afternoon. This was an amazing job. These people, for the most part, were cheerful, helpful, and caring with one another. They had all different and difficult struggles to deal with on a daily basis, but rarely complained. So I was lucky enough to have had 2 jobs I absolutely loved. Story 131. I taught English to kids in China online, and I loved it. The overnights were tough, but everything else was great. Losing that job was the worst. Story 132. I work field quality for a large delivery service. I pretty much drive around all day listening to audiobooks and music, updating maps and delivery information. It's not a forever job by any means, and it can be lonely after working in restaurants my whole life. But I got really lucky finding this during COVID. Story 133. Learning development trainer for Amazon UK. Supporting people's personal growth is a very rewarding job. Story 134. Occupational therapist. Incredibly varied, fast-paced, makes me feel my time is spent well. I came to it late and I love it. Story 135. I'm a guitar teacher at a music academy, and I'm a concert photographer too. I really have fun working. Story 136. Technician in a molecular biology lab at a public university. I did enjoy the field I worked in as an undergrad, slightly more developmental biology, but overall working in a research lab is a sweet job. Puzzle solving, freedom to pursue lines of inquiry that interest you, for the most part. Very little direct supervision so you can plan your day as you please. 100 flexible hours, great coworkers, and super collaborative environment. Freedom to attend talks from any researcher across campus so you can learn about pretty much any field you want, plus opportunities to get involved with teaching. I'm going to spend a month TAing ecology at my university's field station in the spring. Basically like a paid vacation for me. Story 137. Set dresser. Learned beginner skills to entry trades, worked as a shop assistant, then got into theater carpentry and props. All of this with the idea of wanting to be a union member of my highly skilled union, IATSE. Through being placed by the union into another sector of the props depth, I became a set dresser. It is an incorporation of all my favorite talents interests, like flawlessly removing a label price tag, packing anything like a Tetris master, and constantly being curious about the decor around me. Story 138. Graphic designer. I work with some pretty talented yet humble people. The attitudes of my coworkers is what makes my job feel less like work. Working remote with flexible hours is something I treasure. This is something I've wanted to do since childhood, and having people tell you can't make a living doing art fueled momentum for me. I'm proud to be where I'm at right now and don't take it for granted. Story 139. I do special effects for motion pictures and television. I engineer and build all the effects that happen on camera, as opposed to visual effects that happen in post. I'm the person that creates the effect of someone being shot or the snow falling on stage. We build motion bases that make spaceships appear to fly through space and boats sail through storms. I've been doing my job for 30 years, and I still love it. Story 140. I am a food scientist chemist. I have worked in the flavor and food ingredient industry, and the variety of projects keep it so interesting. I learn, grow, and make really good money while finding ways to make healthy food taste better. If you love food and science, it is really a no-brainer. Story 141. Baker in a small business. I can show up whenever I want during the day or night as long as I get my work done. Can work completely by myself. Listen to music, podcasts, whatever. Super flexible hours too. Story 142. This one's gonna sound stupid. I'm a cook in a pub kitchen and love every second of it. It's a family business, and I find myself actually living in that pub a lot of the time. There's a flat on top of it for what is basically free rent. So I spend my time either cooking pretty easy but fun food or talking with the locals over a drink. Gotta admit, it's not much to go off with it being my first job, but I couldn't be enjoying it more, and it's been an amazing experience. Story 143. I'm a respiratory therapist. I love working in the NICU and going on high-risk deliveries and transports. It's SO, rewarding to save little lives. Story 144. Flight attendant here. I love my job. Yes, it can be infuriating and you sometimes see the worst and sad parts of society, but the benefits make it so much worth it. I save so much traveling to other countries or just around my own country doing photography, my hobby and passion. I don't know if I would change it for anything else. I mean, unless Nat Geo signed me on as a full-time photographer for nature shoots. That's it. Story 145. I manage a small software company. I started as a programmer and was just okay at it, but I was good at explaining the technical stuff to the business people and vice versa. So I got a promotion and another promotion. Now I get to help with designing features, writing specs, and helping to solve problems from a high level without writing actual code. I also deal with highly escalated customer issues, and that part sucks, but it's few and far between. I like seeing people grow and learn. I like explaining things in ways other people can't. I'm a really good mediator and feel like I can usually see all sides of an issue to resolve conflict. Also, I work from home, and that's a huge win. Story 146. I've been a licensed massage therapist for 22 years now and love it so much I hope and pray to do it more years. Why can't I just assume I'll do it 39 more years? Because I'm a male, society is weird as F, and people make up SH all the time. I'm super cautious, uber professional. I'd literally rather jump off of a bridge in flames than be inappropriate with anyone, but in today's climate, how people feel is more important than the facts. So I love my profession. dislike its inappropriate labels, and deal daily with sexist stereotypes. When women complain about making less income, $1 or so an hour, I assure them in my profession, if my name was Lucy instead of Luke, I'd have earned 4x more in these 22 years. However, best job in the world, helping people feel better all day, and removing pain from the body that naturally accumulates but doesn't have to be there. I genuinely believe a massage is a necessity. I receive one 112 wags a week myself since I was 16, and encourage everyone, and I mean everyone, to get a massage once a month. It's a medical necessity for optimal living. Story 147. I used to be deputy editor of a men's magazine and would regularly go on press trips. Nothing was better than getting an email inviting you on a press trip, and then a week later, you're driving Aston Martins around Portugal, or off to Buenos Aires to cover the World Polo Final, or off to Switzerland to be a passenger in fighter jets, or off to Munich to watch Bayern play AC Milan in the Champions League. And more often than not, you'd be flown business class and stay in 5-star hotels. They'd take you out for great meals in the evening, so you'd actually save money going on trips like this. I remember going for a stay in North Island in the Seychelles and being able to take my wife and kid with me. We stayed in the villa where British royals William and Kate had their honeymoon, which was €3,040 per person per night. Really didn't want to leave that job, but it didn't pay well. And despite the perks, I just needed more money with a child and mortgage and rising cost of living. I like my current job in PR, but spending 7 years on that men's mag was great fun. Story 148. I dispatch tow trucks. Easy and can be fun. Pay isn't great, but I can live. It's sucked with recent snowstorms and impatient people, but it's a fun job I enjoy. Story 149. Remote customer service. Only work Monthurs. Never have to worry about being called in when I'm off or even called at all. Incredible pay and benefits for what I do. Everyone I work with is incredibly helpful and personable. Best job I've ever had. Story 150. I supervise the conversion process for a major sports concerts venue. I work with NHL hockey, NBA basketball, and large-scale concert productions regularly, but I also used to work with lacrosse and occasionally do football and soccer. It's not easy work, but super rewarding. Story 151. I'm a DSP direct support professional. I work in the homes of adults with developmental and sometimes physical disabilities. My job is to basically work myself out of a job by encouraging and supporting my clients in living independent lives. I love the people I work with and enjoy the responsibilities my job entails. It's incredibly rewarding. Story 152. I work on medical record software. I get to program stuff that helps people, work with hospital leadership, and work with truly awesome people. It's a blast. Story 153. I'm in leadership for a major audio music creation software company. We get to dream up cool things that most of the world uses for their music. Story 154. Police dispatcher on a college campus. Most days I love it. It's never boring, always an adventure, and I have great coworkers. The best part is helping young adults navigate life in a big city while helping them deal with all types of emergencies. We see everything from cut fingers to substances, overdoses, and tragic end ideations to seizures or a loose tooth. Yes, they call us for everything, LOL. It's intense, but so rewarding. Even if I just make one person's day or help a distressed person out of a panic, it's worth it. Story 155. I work at a liquor store in our small downtown area with a conjoined speakeasy in the basement. I'm clerk, security, bar back. I also get to be a part of a lot of local life, which is really rewarding. I love the people, rich, poor, homeless. Otherwise, I feel like I got something funny, witty, or clever to add to everyone's day. I make $11.50 an hour, but thanks to my mama, my award-winning personality brings in enough tips every week to make my pay generally around $23 an hour. I have goals, but for now, this is good as it gets. I like that 35 HR work week, life edit, 30 mim. Story 156. Freelance graphic designer. I started liking it more when I became a freelancer. More freedom and the idea that I can say no when a project doesn't appeal, which almost never happens because bills need to be paid too, makes it 100 times nicer than when I worked for a boss. I've always been into drawing and colorful things, and now it pays the bills and makes people, my clients, happy. Story 157. am an electrical engineer. I get to work from home and love it. I also love doing what I studied in college. My supervisor is chill. Nothing better than getting paid to do what you love. Story 158, ultrasound technologist. I work full-time at a really great hospital and do mostly general exams with a bit of vascular thrown in the mix. I went through about 3 years of schooling at a community college, and this is my first genuine career-type job after working in fast food. Sometimes it can be stressful, but it is very rewarding when you are able to see the effect your work has on patient outcomes. Oftentimes, we are the first ones to find pathology. Overall, I'd rate it 810 in terms of work-life balance and satisfaction. Story 159. I have never met someone in my same age bracket in the same profession as me who loves their job. The most that we can is not dislike it. I love this thread. It's cool to see there are really instances work and passion coincides. I don't dislike my job. I just don't love it. Story 160. I manage a hatchet-throwing venue. When I work on site, I teach groups of people how to throw hatchets. Sometimes these are big corporate accounts and they tip the staff very well. I also work remotely a few days a week, taking calls and answering inquiries via email. It's a super fun job and an exciting, fast-paced environment. I meet cool people all the time and actually make decent money doing something I love. It's awesome. Story 161. I do branding, wrapping, and shipping for a company that makes bodyboards for surfing. A large part of it is that it's a small business with 10 employees, but we have a very wide reach and ship all over the world. My boss, despite her sometimes overbearing confidence, I call it big dog energy, is super cool. At our holiday parties, we play games and win things like cash and PTO. We get to listen to whatever music we want. My coworkers make each other laugh every day. Sometimes a simple task like pushing heavy boxes across the factory floor turns into an impromptu foot race, while the rest of us cheer on the sidelines. The product is high quality and is the bodyboard of choice for many pro surfers. I'm proud of our boards, and I get to see them get built from start to finish. I'm the last person to touch the boards before they get sent off. Last December, we fulfilled an order meant for 3 young brothers, all Christmas presents from their dad. Every board is important, but I was determined to make sure these boards came out perfectly. The way the dad spoke about his sons in the email exchange was really sweet and personal. People open up to us in ways that sometimes surprise me. I've never surfed before, but I love working in this industry. Someday I'll have to leave, but until then, I'm going to enjoy the hell out of it. Story 162. I am still searching for the job, and while I have a job to pay the bills, I am giving screenwriting a try, as I have also written poetry in half a book. Didn't sell anything, as I don't think the investment of printing a poetry volume pays for itself. I mean, who reads poetry today? LOL. Story 163. Job title-wise, I'm an office admin. In reality, it's a glorified admin-heavy call center job, where my calls are mostly around booking appointments for our people to go to folks' houses to do property valuations. It's not a job I dreamed of doing, but after having the instability of trying to be a rock star in my youth and not making any money, and then having a series of crap hourly paid jobs with different hours each day week, plus some other call center jobs where the targets were insane, I love this job. It's stable, the targets are piss easy, don't tell my manager, and I'm paid pretty well for the work I do. Story 164. I'm a tire delivery guy. I listen to podcasts and learn all day, every day. I have about an hour after arriving at work before I actually get loaded up, where I just chill in my van and watch something or work on some project outside my work on my laptop, get an hour or longer lunch, and another half hour of waiting on my second load to do whatever I want. Get paid every single day rather than waiting a week or two for a check. Super laid back, easy to take time off, and ridiculously good pay, far higher than anything similar in my state, because I work for some Bay Area contract company paying me Bay Area rates despite living in Salt Lake City. $70K a year goes a long ways out here. Great coworkers too. Love my job. Story 165. Mortgage advisor, helping people getting onto the ladder for the first time and realizing that they really can't afford to buy the house they've dreamed about is honestly one of the best feelings ever. Story 166. Commercial cinematographer. I absolutely love working on set with my crew. There's a handful of headaches, mostly on the agent-side-client side, but being able to create stuff with my friends is a joy I can't compare to anything else. The money is nice, but the work itself is why I dedicated my life to it. Story 167. I'm in car sales at a Subaru dealership, and I absolutely love it. Been here 5 years now. Super chill with all my coworkers. Can pretty much come and go as I please, as long as I'm around for my scheduled shifts. The money is great, paid vacations, super relaxed work environment, and I am either making money or just chilling on Reddit. Story 168. This post found me at just the right time. I've worked as a registered nurse in surgery for the last 2 years, and it was the greatest thing that has ever happened to me. I'll go in on my days off, take extra on call. I love my job. Before this, I worked in an ICU before and during the first COVID wave, and it nearly eliminated me mentally. I'd wake up to panic attacks every morning, and my partner would have to comfort me for 30 minutes so I could get out of bed. And every night at the end of my work, I'd get in my car and scream at the top of my lungs just to offload emotion. Moving to surgery changed my life, maybe even saved it. That's it for this video. Don't forget to support Vancher and my second channel, Vancher. See you soon.